notes.
There we go. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
How's everyone?
Happy Halloween, week 2.
Happy Halloween.
This is so much fun, you guys. Like,
All right, do I start off asking you guys about your drinks and then costumes?
how about we just do drinks and costumes? Like,
All
say
right.
what you're drinking and then do your costume.
Yes. So Jessica, go first.
Okay. I'm gonna have to open another one because I just finished, but I'm drinking Sleeman because sorry, my costume's falling. I'm drinking Sleeman, but because from the in-laws, we got free beer today, so
Ooh,
sweet.
fancy.
And I am je suis un ananas. From Tele Francais. If you have no idea who I am, just search Tele Francais. And trigger warning, fruit. Okay.
Trigger warning fruit.
This is made out of tape, paper, and paint, and my tape is starting to sweat off me. And my hat, for our YouTube followers will see, it is made out of a Welch's fruit box. So, Welch's fruit snack. And that is my costume.
That is a great costume.
Sonia, what are you and what are you drinking?
Okay, so I'm drinking just mixed juice and booze. But
Fitty.
I'll show you it in a second because it's part of my costume. But I am a French clown known as a mime, and I was trying to paint my face, but I had a chemical reaction, so now it's paper. And my French hat, if you can see my French hat, and then I got a baguette.
Oh my god!
And it's my drink. It's my drink.
I love it.
It's my drink, guys.
That's amazing.
Cultural appropriation. I'm French, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen Sonia's face since she tried that white makeup on. So her whole face might actually just be burned off, and she just covered it with paper.
Yeah. Like Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
All right, Dawn Marie.
I'm drinking. Take a guess, guys. Take a guess.
Twisted tea.
Twisted tea.
Twisted tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
They better. Okay. Like I do this every week. And I'm a victim of a werewolf. Okay. I got attacked. That's who I am.
Good.
She's the undead now.
I am the undead now.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this week, we are reviewing my pick, which is one of my favorite childhood movies, An American Werewolf in Paris.
Woo!
So have you guys seen the first one?
In London? No.
Oh, fuck.
I never even seen this one until today. So I was
no, this is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to give a brief synopsis of the first one. Which is good. The first one is a horror movie.
Okay.
Okay, so two American backpackers, respectful American backpackers, go to London. They end up lost in a small town that has werewolves. One of the guys dies. The other guy turns into a werewolf, and he sees his undead friend. So that's in both movies. But with that movie, you don't actually see the werewolf until the last 10 minutes. It's a lot of build up. And then there's this big transformation, which is not really CGI. Like, it's the 80s. Like, it's, this transformation was like a big deal. And then it ends with him. He falls in love with like the nurse that was like protecting him or whatever. Cops are involved because they're all like, why is this naked guy found in a fountain? And then he gets shot by the police as a werewolf, and then he turns into a human, and they're like, oh my god, like how? So that was the first one, and it was truly scary. Okay. Like, it was a horror movie.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
I watched the second one. Is the nurse and the mom?
Yes.
The nurse. Okay, because now this makes sense.
That's why the werewolf in the basement was her stepdad, because the nurse and the werewolf guy fuck before he dies. Like, she like stays at her house.
Yeah.
So so she like, I guess, was pregnant and like
that didn't work.
So it is a true sequel.
Okay. True sequel. Got it.
Sequel. This one's not scary.
No.
It kind of is scary. It's scary in a different way.
I feel like they didn't know whether to make it a 90s comedy or a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because they have like comedy tropes.
No, I meant like it's scary, like in a Predator kind of way.
Like, oh yeah, red flags like, everywhere.
Yeah,
every person has a red flag here.
Yeah.
Even the girl, like she's like you meet her trying to kill herself, and then she's covered in blood. Okay, I'm gonna give a synopsis, spoilers, just to get that out of the way, because then I want to hear your guys' thoughts, having never seen the first one and only just watching this one. Okay. This is the
synopsis.
That is a long synopsis. I'm going to read the IMDb synopsis, which is a lot shorter
than yours.
No. Than the Wikipedia synopsis. Okay. The daughter of the werewolf from American Werewolf in London is alive and living in Paris, where her mother from the first film and stepfather are trying to overcome her lycanthropic disease. A trio of American tourists on a thrill-seeking trip around Europe managed to stop her from plunging to her death from the top of the Eiffel Tower. We'll talk about that later. And are embroiled in a horrific but often hilarious plot involving a secret society of werewolves based in the city and a drug which allows werewolves to change at any time. This time, there's no need for a full moon. Okay. So what were your initial thoughts?
Wait. What's your drink word today?
Oh yeah, fuck.
It can't be fuck.
That was last week. You can't do that.
Damn. Okay. Werewolf. We can't say werewolf. So if we're describing it, it's an American in Paris.
Yeah.
The 1950s film with some, I don't know, black and white actors. Someone famous. It's a real movie. Anyway, continue. No werewolves.
Okay. Okay, who's going first?
You can go first.
Oh, okay. Okay, so like
I won't be offended. Like I understand it's bad. I just want to make that clear.
Like it was cringy at like the best of times.
Oh yeah.
Like I got secondhand embarrassment a lot of the time in this movie. My favorite scene, I have to say, was the condom. The chewing of the
condom. Chewing gum as condoms is like, big in America.
Yeah, like no, he's like, oh, our gum is supposed to be in a condom wrapper. It's huge in America, and then she's like, blow me a big bubble,
because that's big in Paris. They're each just like using their cultures to make the other one embarrassed. I love that.
And then when it flew into the guy's drink and just that was my favorite scene ever. And then they're talking and you see the guy in the back like arguing with the maitre d' dude, and like it was good. That was my favorite part of the whole fucking movie. That was my only favorite scene.
That's a good scene.
I think after he gets bitten and he becomes a werewolf and figuring it out, and that I didn't find it as funny. It was more cringy at that point, and like I lost my attention after he attacked the one girl and she becomes undead. My attention kind of went downhill. I would kind of zone out, but for the first half of the movie, I was interested.
When it was a 90s comedy before they tried horror.
Yeah. The first half was like a comedy, and then the other half was like attempted horror, and it didn't work. Like I was.
Well, my favorite is the scene. Well, here I'll let Sonia talk before I give my thoughts.
And my rating is 6.5.
Higher than Rotten Tomatoes. Good for you.
Okay, so this is a really, I was triggered a little bit because guys that are like that, so they're not taking no for an answer, it was just really aggressive, just oh come on, and then she's fine, and then they're in love, but it was just really gross how they did it. And then I know it was supposed to be funny, and back in the day that was hilarious. So it was.
But he's the traditional nice guy. Because in the beginning, he's not the one sleeping around, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
they literally make that a point, and then he's like the nice guy. Just talk to me.
Right.
I'll leave you alone if you talk to
Just
me.
talk
Like I'm
to me.
entitled for your attention. Like
Yeah, just talk to me. Just talk to me. But like my favorite part was like when he's like making out with the blonde girl in the graveyard, and then he like goes away, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe I keep falling for these damn losers. It'd be nice if like somebody slept in the wet side of the bed for once." Like that's my favorite part.
Or just like, how many men do you have to sleep with to get a guy that's like in bed?
That's right. Just like a decent guy, which is funny because a lot of women need to sleep with a bunch of disgusting trolls before they find a good one.
yeah, no, but it's true, right?
That was good. I would give it and then the ending where like they didn't start using the serum. Like the whole point of the movie was about the serum, and they didn't actually use it until
But
the
they
end
didn't finish the serum. The serum never got finished
Right?
because the
How?
stepdad
How
died,
did
and
they
then
get
the lab was broken.
Yeah. Like yeah, there was a lot of plot holes, and then and then all of a sudden they're like married. So like it was So it was good. I'm gonna give it. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh, we finally found a movie to make you not care about being nice.
Oh, I know. I just couldn't.
I knew we'd find one.
I know this is like one of your favorites, but I just couldn't.
Okay, it's my it's one of my favorites. Ironically, like I recognize how bad these things are because that's not the only plot hole.
There's several.
There's several.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is the searching for the suicide note.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Where they're reaching over the guy's shoulder. There's like music in the background, searching through the trash, and then all of a sudden, it's like a little montage, picks the energy up.
Yeah,
in a horror movie.
Like, they're like picking the trash, and someone gives them some change.
Yeah. I couldn't decide if it wanted to be a 90s like comedy or horror. It couldn't make up its mind, so it just decided to do both. But it didn't make it a comedy horror or horror comedy. It's literally a horror scene or a comedy scene
in between.
There's no, like that's it. Okay, I'm gonna give some stats about this movie. You might be surprised. Okay. This movie was filmed on location in Paris.
What?
As well as some scenes were shot in Amsterdam, Luxembourg, Metz, and New York City. It was an international co-production between companies from the United States, France, and the Netherlands. Now, let me see what the budget is. The budget for this film was estimated to be about $25 million.
No.
Same as Bride of Chucky?
I don't
Seriously?
believe it. $25 million? That was like a $500 budget.
That went all
I
the
think
travel
most of the
expenses,
money, most of it probably went into that amazing CGI and green screen work.
Oh yeah.
For all those bungee scenes and stuff, the werewolves themselves. Oh shit, I drink.
Oh.
The lycanthropy, the people suffering lycanthropy disease themselves.
It's like cancer. They're gonna have like some like fundraising at the Tim Hortons Smile Cookies.
Oh my god, could you imagine Smile Cookies for lycanthropy?
Mm.
They only sell it on the full moon once a month.
I'd be getting it for my period.
Okay, wait, what else did I have? Oh yeah, I had some of the ratings. So the budget, $25 million, and opening weekend in the US and Canada made $7.5 million.
I might have lost a little bit.
Their total gross worldwide $26
They
million.
only made $1 million.
So, amazing movie. IMDb gave it a 5.1.
Why?
Yeah. And it got a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, sometimes
7%.
I don't agree with them, but I'm going to say today I agree with Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, the first movie is actually good. Like, the first movie is genuinely good. This movie, apparently, when people saw it, they got really upset. Like, they were...
Yeah.
It was not the first movie. Julie Delpy, the actress in it, that's the one thing I like about this movie, is it had like a female antagonist, or like she was evil.
Yeah, she was the bad
the bad guy.
Well, no, technically she wasn't. It was her whatever dude.
She killed people.
Yeah, but like
what's your definition of a bad guy? That's like the bare minimum. It's like, oh, they kill people, I guess.
Those guys too, but like, what was the dude that like the bald head? Is that her like cousin, uncle, something?
Claude.
Yeah,
wannabe
He
lover.
took care of her.
Took care of her.
That's all we get. That's literally all we get. Okay? That's all they lived together, and he took care of her. That is
like, how did he get turned? Like, how did he end up turning other people? What's his origin story?
we need American Werewolf in Paris, like Claude.
Yeah. Oh, we said werewolf.
I picked a good word because that's fucking hard to substitute. I'll be honest. Now, what did you think? Okay, so bungee jumping was a core premise in this movie in the beginning and the end. That is it. What? What? Like, how did you feel about them bungee jumping off the Eiffel Tower?
I didn't feel anything.
That like doesn't seem plausible because
it's not.
It starts skinny and then
that it's a pyramid shape and probably not possible.
Yeah.
Well, you would be correct. That is I researched this.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you can't jump off pyramids, guys. Like, that's just
something.
You can't do that. Now, you can bungee jump hypothetically on one of the lower levels of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, like when it like does the leg part, like you jump from there, but not from the top.
No, not from the top. Now, the last time I could find that this had been tried, not from the top because they're not fucking idiots. In 1987, New Zealander Alan John Hackett bungeed from the second floor of the Eiffel Tower, about 115 meters up. He had his team split holding the equipment so that they could pass through security. And then they hid and spent the night on the tower. And then in the morning, he did the jump where he was immediately arrested, spent a short time in jail. But it did end up bringing more popularity to the sport in the early 90s. Might explain why it's in this movie.
Yeah. They're like, if this guy did it, we could have done it.
But they just did it from way up top for some reason.
They didn't do the research.
And in the beginning scene where he bounces up and hits his head,
that would have
he would have died. He would have been dead. That would have been the end of the movie.
You just brain smashed. Oh, I saw your tits. Your face fell off.
Cover up. It's held together with tape, guys. Like, I was gonna like poke holes and put string, but then I couldn't find string.
That's how my face is on. It's tape. It's taped to my hair again.
Tape is so good. Like, you can use it for everything.
It's falling off.
Make like a facelift.
Yeah, people do that, and then they put their makeup on, and then like they hide their double chin with the tape.
Oh my gosh, I gotta start that. Did you see that TikTok where the girl can like suck in her double chin, like it's like there, and she like
tried.
I know.
I'm like, that doesn't work.
They're like trying to tell you how to do it, like go. And I'm like, I can't do that.
You're like, it's still there.
Like, I feel like a frog trying.
I do. Me too.
Like, you know.
And it doesn't feel fatty. It feels like hard, like it's a muscle.
Yeah.
Like we'll never get rid of it.
Oh,
I'm really sad.
Mine feels fatty.
Mine feels
Like,
like
if-
skin. Like I just.
If I poke it, I feel my throat. Like
I
you
just
know,
need to
like
pull this fucking skin back. That's what I need to do.
Have you guys seen Ginger Snaps then? Like, what
No.
werewolf movies have you seen?
None.
oh, I saw Sanctuary, which is a TV show, and one of the characters is a werewolf. Oh, drink.
I guess that counts. What about like Teen Wolf?
No. You start naming werewolves, and I'll tell you if I've seen it.
But like Teen Wolf has that one, has Back to the Future guy in it.
Nope, didn't
Nope.
see it.
And yeah, I'm assuming you didn't see the TV show then either.
No.
Nope.
Twilight.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck yes.
Okay, well, okay, I hate to burst your bubble, but they're not actually werewolves. They're
They're
actually
shifters.
Shifters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count, guys.
It
Oh,
doesn't
great.
count.
What about True Blood? Were they werewolves or they were shifters, too? There was
Shifters.
both. Wasn't there? There were werewolves and shifters.
No, they were just shifter. Oh,
There was werewolves,
oh.
and then there was people that shifted into other things, and those were shifters.
Oh, I don't
Bram
know.
Stoker's Dracula.
No.
No.
Where Dracula is actually kind of a werewolf. So that's cool.
Oh,
cool.
I've seen the what is it with the vampire movie with that girl? She's like always killing everybody, and then she falls in love with the
Buffy?
werewolf. Not
no?
Buffy.
Damn.
No. She's a vampire, and she's,
Oh,
she
Underworld.
went- yes, Underworld series.
Oh,
I've
there's
seen that.
there's a movie with wolves. That's good.
That's right. They're
I-
werewolves.
I've
Van
seen a couple
Helsing.
of those. Van
Van
Helsing I've
Helsing.
seen.
No.
Oh my goodness.
You haven't
Why
seen
did I
that?
think scary movies was a good idea for October?
I
For
can't- I
February, we do love comedies. Romance
pretty good.
comedies. I don't know what they're called.
Rom-
Rom-coms,
rom-coms.
that's the word. Oh my God.
comedies. So I have general anxiety disorder. So every day in my brain is a horror movie.
Yeah, I
So,
get
like,
that.
Watching it is not really entertaining. But we all picked horror comedies. Like all our movies are horror comedies. So it's okay. We picked fine ones. It's not
Yeah.
too scary. But I just haven't seen a lot of scary movies.
See, for me, it's like scary movies calms my anxiety because it's kind of like I know that that's not real versus the things in my head.
Right? The
Right?
things
So
in my
it's-
head aren't real either. But
But I don't know that. Maybe that's just what my brain wants me to think.
that's right.
You know?
My brain thinks they are real.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the fucking ground's just gonna swallow everybody up. That's it. It's just like that's it.
Oh my God. Okay. You know what I was afraid of as a child? Giants. Okay. I was like, I think there's gonna be a giant like coming today. Like I was like a kid, and I'm like, they're gonna be the size of towers. Just like I was thinking like Attack on Titan before like I ever saw Attack on Titan. Like I just thought giants
Were you
gonna
read the Big
destroy
Friendly
us
Giants?
all. And that was my fear as a kid. I don't know if you guys had irrational fears like that.
Mine was like
Clowns,
everyone is gonna murder me.
just
it was-
everyone,
it
not
was
just
or-
giants.
Not just giants. And then I also had the fear if I wasn't as scared of someone murdering me, someone would actually murder me. Like I still have that. I have to be scared of everything or something terrible might happen.
Oh yeah, I get that too. That's one reason I absorb so much content because I'm like, it's gonna be that one time they have a gun to my head. And they're like, "But have you seen American Werewolf in Paris?" I'm like,
I
"God,
can
yes,
say I have."
yes, I have. Drink.
I can say some lines, some facts. You want some facts?
Well, okay, this movie is like a social commentary. I'm gonna deep dive every movie, I swear. On both, I think, the nice guy stereotype and how it's red flags.
Super red flag.
Yeah, super red flags. Mental health is not always in your own head. Sometimes it's society making you depressed. You know, if she had have only got the support she needed for her lycanthropy, she wouldn't have tried to kill herself. I'm just saying.
Right? Some therapy for murdering everybody.
Exactly. I think they talked about the satanic panic a little bit, how he's when Andy is being interviewed by the police and they're like, "Do you do drugs? Are you part of a sect?" Right? Because that was Satanic Panic was big in the 80s. And also they had a great analogy for genocide with Claude's little werewolf group trying to rid the earth of scum, which by scum is Americans.
Yeah, for a second it was like American, like come.
Yeah,
but
he's like
it's kind of true now. I don't know.
yeah, no, that commentary aged well, I think.
Yeah.
I think the commentary aged well. It was the execution that was off.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says, he's going to purify the earth of scum. And that is America. And notice it was a lot of white people too. So
there wasn't a single person of color.
Not a one.
Or Asian or anything.
No, because they were all Americans.
Like even as background characters, there was nobody.
Like there was no French. Like no,
nothing.
I loved how some of the French from France people spoke English to each other.
So good English
in the ambulance.
Yeah.
No, the ambulance scene at the end was so fucking creepy. She was just like
Bruno.
Yeah, and then he like looks down at her with a big creepy smile while she's passed out. Like, what happened in that ambulance? I need to know.
Well, what does he say? He says, "I'm Bruno. My name is Bruno, but I'm easy," or some shit like that.
Yeah. She's like, I love you. And he's like, well, I'm Bruno, but I'm easy. Okay.
Yeah. And then how about we do it? Let's get it on. Right?
Men should not be allowed to do anything. We can't trust them.
No.
Alone in a fucking ambulance
with a woman.
Just like it was so creepy.
They're gonna be like, she was asking for it though. She called us.
Yeah.
Yes. she needed our help, and it was I helped her, so it was
entitled. It was for me. Like
yeah,
I deserved
it was owed to me.
Well, I mean, for the record, it's literally Andy's argument. He's like, I saved your life.
That was I saved you, so go out on a date with me.
Yeah,
like. You owe me. She's like, I didn't want to fucking be saved. Leave me alone. And he's like, come on, I'm a nice guy. Come on.
If you have to say you're a nice guy, you're not a nice guy.
You're not a nice guy. I'm not really like this. My friends are just telling me to be like this.
Okay, so you guys haven't seen a lot of werewolf movies. Okay, now if I had known, I would have picked a better werewolf movie. Like I was doing this as like a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, there's so much better ones. Ginger Snaps is probably one of my favorite werewolf movies. Just for the pure fact that it's two female protagonists for the record. And it talks about the woman body maturing. Like the werewolf transformation is an analogy for female puberty. Like it's
that'd be
good.
Really shitty puberty.
Yes. No, it ends up spoiler alert, the movie's been out for a while, so you could have fucking watched it. At one point during one of their transformations, like they haven't had a period yet and they're like 16, then they get it after they get bitten by a werewolf, and it's like this huge like blood soaked piece of underwear, and the mom's not even worried. Like I would be worried. Yeah. The mom's just like, you grew up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you're a woman now.
Let's have a period party.
Oh, that's a gross thing.
I think everyone should have period parties. We have period parties. Every one of my girls, or that was born a girl and now something else. Every time they had a period, we had a party. And like Brandon was invited. So like it was like a whole family, like, this is really shitty. So like let's have like chocolate and like cake. Like it was just like, this is, you're gonna suffer for the rest of your life. So let's celebrate,
you're suffering.
Yeah, that's like, so I think like it also like is awareness for female bodies. It also like
I like it breaks the stigma like that. It's so gross.
It's gross
and
stuff.
You can't talk about it.
Yeah, and like
and like open and like this is happens.
Yeah,
like, deal with it.
And like we invited, like obviously Brandon went, is it? So like I think young males should also be part of that kind of experience
Damn
because
right.
then they know they're not like, what, you can hold it? Like I would be embarrassed if my son ever went to a woman and been like, why don't you just hold your period?
Yeah.
Why can't you just hold it? Or like they think a tampon's in them all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
all the time.
I would be super embarrassed if that was my kid.
I agree with that.
You're like so embarrassed.
When I was saying gross earlier, it's not about period parties. I think they're great. You know, I have a 12-year-old boy, so I don't really get that fun stuff. But you know, I just get I had to deal with the like boy stuff. But when I was saying gross, I just realized that the idea of getting a period, a lot of people are like do that, like, oh, you're a woman now.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I don't
no,
like
yeah.
when mothers.
Actually, they're not. Like,
yeah,
like
no.
you know, 9-year-olds get their period.
You're still a baby.
Before this whole period party thing came about, I hated how mothers would call their friends and that and announce without talking to their child and be like, hey, we're going to announce it. Not like, no, they didn't consent, nothing. They were just like telling their business, and those kids were embarrassed. Like,
yeah.
I like that the period party takes away the stigma and you're not embarrassed and you're the one shouting it out.
And you're being celebrated.
Yes, instead of your mother doing the embarrassing shit. Like, so I like the idea of period parties. I didn't like how parents used it though before.
Yeah, we just had period parties with us. It wasn't like I invited.
You didn't invite the whole neighborhood. You made like pamphlets.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god! And you attach like free pads on the pamphlet when you put it up. You know,
just throw it out. Like, no, have a parade.
I just got an idea.
To like balloons.
Oh, I just got an idea.
Okay,
you open the pad, right? And then you write the party information on the pad, and then you fold it back up, and then you just hand out pads, and those are the invitations.
If you go and use it, you're invited.
Yeah, that's your ticket in.
That's your golden ticket.
Oh, I want to have a period party. Next period.
Let's do it.
We're all like
once a month.
We're all in the same area, like when we get it. So I mean, we're almost all synced.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a menopause party. I'm pretty sure I could start that. Like,
I can start that. I have a genetic condition, guys. My ovaries are shutting down. It's not quite. It's not menopause. It's something else. It's insufficient ovarian syndrome or something. But it's shut down. See, it doesn't shut down my womb. It just shuts down my ovaries, which kind of are. They're
makes the womb obsolete.
Yeah, it makes the womb. So I could also celebrate a menopause party, as long as you're not too picky.
Party.
I can like celebrate multiple parties then.
Yeah, let's just like life is shit for a female party. Let's do that.
Yeah,
like, we just over celebrate everything. It's like
everything.
My tits actually dropped an inch this month.
Yes,
so, yeah. That's decent growth.
Yeah, they're more pancakey. I'm pretty sure they're starting to go in.
Yeah.
They like
my bone and density is going down. Let's party.
Yeah. I got osteoporosis, guys. Super common in women. Woo!
My back hurts today from my boobs. Woo!
I still have pain from where my epidural was 5 years ago when I gave birth. Woo!
We're woo girls.
Yeah. Oh my god. I are you kidding? In Vegas, I'm gonna be like super woo girl.
I know my throat's gonna hurt so bad. I'm gonna see people. I'll be like, woo. The point is, I'm gonna be super drunk.
I'm gonna make all the friends. I'm gonna approach anyone and be like, "Sup, we're friends now."
I can't be friends with anybody, but I'll try.
I'm just glad I just released a song so that whenever I go on like because that's Dawn, we went to Niagara Falls and that's whenever we saw someone, we just showed my Spotify so they thought we were cool.
Yes,
because my Spotify number is always inflated. It's like I got 6 songs, but like so now I have a recent song, so then we can be like, oh yeah, because then it makes you look like you're somebody.
And we're your entourage.
Yeah. Well, no, you guys are my bodyguards, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool too.
We should dress up as mime. Like, sorry, Sonia, your costumes give me ideas. We should like dress up as mimes one day, just in Vegas.
paper mimes or like actual face painted?
I'm sure we can find nice face paint. in
Yeah, I'm
Vegas.
pretty sure there'll be actually better stuff.
And
out
we just
there.
walk around. We're just
You want me to hold this?
we're like playing fake like imaginary slots, and we win the jackpot. You know, you know, we're like quiet, and we're just
Yeah. Yeah. And then fake money comes out. Ooh.
yeah, we just act
And, like
excited.
throwing
You
it
know,
too, like yeah,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. You start handing out like change to people,
yeah, like
but
throw
it's
it at
nothing.
people.
Yeah.
Stucking money into people's underpants.
we go to a strip club dressed as mimes. Start
Fake
making
money.
it rain imaginary money, you know.
We get kicked out. 'cause we're-
Oh, if we get kicked out of anywhere, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
That means we
Once
did
get
it right.
arrested. I don't want to go to
Oh.
like American jail, so like as long as we don't get arrested, I'm good.
Their laws are pretty lax. We'll be fine. You have
Yeah,
to stab
I mean, like
someone.
it's Vegas. They're like, as long as you're white and you calm down real fast, then you're fine.
Okay.
It's if you escalate it, then they'll start to get a little iffy. But
And we're women. So
Yeah, but
like
we're
that's
women.
even better.
No, it's
No.
not. Oh, no, we're still a minority. We're women. We're not men.
yeah, but we're at risk more of like sexual assault than like
Yeah, police
physical
brutality.
assault. Yeah.
No, no,
They'll
but that's the
grab
thing.
our boob and try to
That's
like
That's what I mean. That's what I'm
cavity
scared of.
search, but they're not
I'm not
gonna, like,
scared of
beat the
being
shit
punched
out
in the
of us.
face. I'm scared of like my tit grabbed. That's what I'm scared of. Like,
Oh, see, I like the tit grab. I could be, you know, like that's my trauma. But like getting punched in the face is like hospital bills in America. That's what I'm like.
Right? Make sure you have travel insurance
Yeah,
on your credit cards. It's easy peasy.
easy peasy.
I need to change my phone plan right before I go, so I don't roam because I don't want to pay roaming fees.
They
Yeah.
sell them at Staples. Little SD cards you can get.
I was just gonna go to Rogers and be like, "Can you like change my plan for that week?" And then
I
they
just
do.
add $10 to my monthly bill, and then I get America added for a couple days.
Oh, nice. I'm just going to like you get like an $8 SD card from.
It's the same price no matter what you do. If you get the $8 SD card, or if you go to Rogers and whatever, and you change it for that week, it's the exact same price. So it doesn't matter.
Technology is fun.
Logistics.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to play Pokemon Go in Vegas.
Mm.
Think of all the Pokemon I'm gonna get. So excited.
You're gonna just like stand there for like 12 hours just in the same spot, because you know one spot is gonna be like access to like 20 Pokestops and like 5 gyms, and they're all gonna have like lures on everything, and you're just gonna stand there and just
I have a watch that like does spots.
oh yeah,
spin. Yeah, I'm gonna
it's
bring
gonna
my
go
watch.
off the entire time. Like the battery's gonna die.
I know it's gonna go, bzz, 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 and then like I'll only get like an hour of catching.
So one scene in this movie that got me is the scene where she's trying to explain to him that he's a werewolf, and she does that by putting his hands on her tits
Oh my god,
to
yes.
calm him down before she tells him that she's a werewolf.
But to
It's like,
be
simple
fair,
boy. I know this will
Yeah.
help. Like,
but to be fair, holding on to someone's meat sacks like that is a little bit calming. It's a little stress reliever.
yeah.
That-
And
yeah,
she's like
I would
sitting
understand.
on him, so it's like a weighted blanket, you know, like there's a lot
Yeah.
of sensory.
This is a very good therapy.
Yeah. Like now, like I was actually thinking, I was like, depending on how close you are with the person, like sometimes you just need that, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like if you're trying to give bad, hard news, like
That's like a really good like sorry, Kyle, like your grandpa died. Her
you wait, you gotta get him in
gotta get
position
fit, yeah.
first, so
Yes,
his hands
yeah.
are already on there, and then you're just like,
By the way.
your grandpa died.
Yeah. The best way to get news.
Yeah, so like that was just good ideas, you know. That so you know he didn't deserve it, but that was just good ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, his friend died. His friend that like came with him and wouldn't have been dead if it wasn't for him. And then
Oh my
his
God.
other friend, he just leaves. He just fucking leaves them.
Yeah, and like obviously he's the only one that worked out in that like movie because they have him taking his clothes off as often as possible.
Yes,
And like where
Like,
he's running at the end, like touching the
when
grass.
he gets stuck in the cell and he's like gotta like take off his clothes to grab the key, which made no sense to me. Like I was just like, why are you taking off your clothes? You're trapped in a cell. Like why?
Because he looks good and we wanted to see it, obviously.
Obviously. Or another like weird part is where they made her changing into a werewolf sensual. Like she's like rubbing her body down and like as like she's turning.
I love the multiple nipples and abs stomach shot as she's
Yeah.
changing. I felt like it was like almost like taking her from like a female form to
To a
making her
male.
like this masculine thing. Which like I was almost like, yeah, that is sensual. Like that was maybe that was my sexual awakening in 97. Like that would make sense.
But, like the men had like these gross veins popping out everywhere, but hers
Yeah.
was like so like ooh.
Well, how you had to know she was a female
Right.
lycanthropist.
Exactly. And they didn't put eyelashes on her.
Oh, I almost said it. Whew.
I'm still
But
gonna drink
yeah.
though, because I'm thirsty.
You
Yeah,
might
I'm
as well
gonna have
just say it, okay? Like
So Sonia, you don't like horror movies.
No, I don't.
Is that the only genre you don't like?
That is
like,
the only genre I don't like. Yeah.
So you like is it like horror monster? Like what?
It's a jump scare usually.
So what about like thrillers, like
she's okay
psychological
with
thrillers?
like suspenses and
Okay, like suspense, yeah.
Yeah,
and like dramas.
Sci-fi,
yeah, sci-fi.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Love sci-fi.
but like scary sci-fi, like Alien.
Alien would be fine as long as there's not like what really terrifies me is like say there was like a cockroach falling and someone screams out of nowhere. Just like a lot of horror movies
The
nowadays.
Men in Black.
Men in Black was fine.
Okay, well I'm just saying that happens.
No, like-
There's a lot of cockroaches in that movie.
Like The Ring wasn't scary until like a cat dropped something over, you know, like it was like just I'm always scared something's gonna pop out. So like that's why because that's what scary movies are nowadays. It's just like
jump scares.
jump
Mhm.
scares. Yeah. Like Freddy Krueger used to be great and like the problem is I grew up with like all the scary movies.
You did because
But a lot of those scary movies, like, wait, yeah, did you watch those scary movies you grew up with?
Yeah, when I was
like
4.
Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
But those all have
Um,
jump scares.
yeah,
Yeah, it's as I've gotten older and I realized my days are numbered. So like you know,
Oh, it's the existential, like
Yes,
existentialism of it all.
yeah. So like now I'm more afraid of everything. But like when I was like 4, I watched Freddy Krueger a lot, and my brother one time hid under the couch, like it was a pull-out couch, and we were like all camping on the thing. So he was like, "Oh, I went to the bathroom," but he didn't. He snuck back in or something and hid under the couch bed thing. And then I went to get off to get like a snack or something, and he grabbed my ankle and I'm gonna kill you. And I like peed my pants. Thanks, Terry.
Do you remember what we did to Natalie when you were living on Green Hill? And so Sonia had this like it was like a condo kind of thing, but in a building.
Yeah.
And so the bottom you would have your like sliding door with your balcony, but the second floor had a fire escape and a door out of a bedroom. She would babysit next door while Natalie would be at home, and we would go upstairs through the fire escape, go down and scare her and come back and act like we didn't leave.
Yeah.
So
we
you were also
assholes.
a scarer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh, she just tortured her sister. That's it.
yeah. I like was not very good to Natalie.
No.
But that was just because I was dealing with my own trauma. And I love you, Natalie. But like that's because I didn't have therapy. And
Well, okay. That shit you're talking about is shit my dad did to me.
yeah,
like
it's
when
not good
okay,
shit.
like okay, we lived in an apartment triplex. Like it was like a building that had like 3 apartments,
Yeah.
one on each floor. And our landlord, who was also my dad's like longtime friend, was like in the middle floor, and he had 2 daughters. And I would visit my dad every other weekend or whatever, and sometimes he would like want to go out with my dad, so he would have me babysit because they were like a few years younger. And my stepmom would be upstairs, and I'd just be in their apartment, just spending the night basically. which I loved because the kids were fine and they always had chips. Like win-win, you know?
Win-win.
And once they like called me and they were obviously drunk. Like I was probably like 12 and they call me, and I love horror movies, but again, I like horror movies because I know they're fake.
Yeah.
If anything like that ever happens to me in real life, I'm a little baby bitch. So they like call me and they're like, "Have you checked the children?"
Oh no.
And I like ran upstairs. Like I was just like, and they're giggling. They're like, I used to do shit like that. You know, the grabbing of the ankle. My dad used to do that all the time, but he would do that after specifically watching movies where someone attacked the ankle. Like, you know, sometimes there's like movies where there's monsters that like grab. He would wait, and we had a sectional like sofa, like it was a rounded corner sectional sofa.
Yeah.
So when it was up against the wall, there was like a gap in the corner where we used to put all our like extra couch blankets. Because for those that know me, I love a good couch blanket.
Good couch blankets, yeah.
You would get up and go to the bathroom, and he would hide in there. And you would think he's like in the kitchen or whatever, which was on like downstairs. And then he would wait uncomfortably long periods of time so that he couldn't possibly be hiding there. It's been like 15 minutes. Like, what is he, you know? And that's when he would get you, because he knew the movies back and forth, because he's also autistic. And he would know exactly the moment to get you. And that's my dad, ladies and gentlemen. So
like Kyle scares so easy. So like I always like, I'm a bit of an asshole. Like he'll just be doing stuff and I'll be like, oh, and he's like, ah, like just out of nowhere. I'll just be like, oh, like nothing. Like I didn't jump out of nowhere. I just touched him really quickly. Goes, oh. And then he's like, ah.
Oh, I do that if I see Chris like walk around a corner, but I wasn't expecting him to walk around that corner, and then I jump.
Oh no, like Kyle sees me there. Like we've made eye contact.
And he's just like, whoa. Takes him a second to register.
So now it's got to the point, if ever I move my body too quickly, he's like,
jumps.
Are you beating him? Because that's like a
feel
trauma
like it
response.
I feel like I caused him a lot of trauma. Yeah. So
All that flinching.
So like, yeah, so now it's like we've been together so long that if I move my body too quickly, he's like, oh God. I've never hit him, but like
But the threat's always been there.
Yeah, oh, that's a lie. I always hit him in the testicles. I'd be like, oh.
Well, there you go. No fucking wonder he flinches.
I'm like, oh, gotcha. Jock check, you know.
I don't hit Chris in the testicles, but like sometimes after sex, I'll be like, can I just like play with them? You know, it's like soothing. It's like you just kind of
it's like
rub
a
them
nice little thing.
yeah, like a little sensory ball. You know, you have to be gentle, so you're just kind of, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes if I need to fidget to fall asleep, I'm just like
play with their balls.
because they're huge. They're like this.
You need 2 hands for Kyle's balls.
I do.
But like a whole fidget spinner. You're just like bing.
Sometimes I'd like do the left one or then the right one, but then like his like penis is a tiny little stubby thing, so like then it's just like a little knob you can play. And like man, he's a grower. It's fine.
That's good. That's good.
It's a grower. That's why we make fun. We're like, oh, Kyle has a micro penis. It's fine.
I can't
so many
confirm or
kids.
deny because I've never seen Kyle's penis, so I'm just taking your word for it, Sonia.
I've seen it. I've seen it, and I'm saying
it's a grower.
It's a grower.
Sometimes I don't know what it is. Like I've seen some like little shrubs that like grow into like it's almost
crazy.
Like blowing into like one of those long balloons, like before you make like one of those poodles and shit. Like that's what it looks like. It's like
like one time we were like playing around and I was like joking about giving him a BJ. I was like, ha ha ha, and I like put his penis, this little nib in my mouth, and all of a sudden it shot up so big that I like almost died. Like my mouth got stuck. Like I have a little mouth, so like it was just like, oh my gosh, I panicked. It was scary. Like, that was a jump scare.
Every time from now on, before you're about to give him a blowout job, you like flinch. You're like, it's a trauma response now. You're like,
And I'm like,
Just
oh,
call
no.
it a blowout job.
maybe I don't know.
Because I was like, wait for you to say blow job, and then you're like blowout. And I was like, okay, say blowout, and then you're like blowout job, and I'm like,
It was one of those things.
okay.
Well, I was thinking of his ballooning penis.
So it's a blowout job now.
It's
It's not a
ballooning
blow
them
job,
all.
it's a blowout job. When you have a micro penis and you need to make it grow, it's called blowout jobs now.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just imagined like a picture of like a naked cartoon man, but his penis is like an inflatable like poodle. Like it was like tied in like a balloon way, so it looks like a poodle, and he's just like proud of it, standing
So
there.
proud of it.
So proud of his balloon poodle penis. Oh, that'd be funny. I wish I could draw sometimes. I have so many good ideas.
Those are something I can't ask Constantine to draw.
Maybe in a few years. We'll see.
There might be some things a mother should not ask their child to draw.
Yeah. Wait, you're gonna have boundaries with your children? That sounds
Yeah.
healthy.
That's so gross. People be like, "Oh, I did this with my mom," and my kids will be like, "What? Who doesn't talk about us that kind of stuff
Okay.
with us ever?"
I fucking took my mom to a bar once when she was in the midst of a divorce with her third husband that never happened. They're still together. And she like I took her to a bar, a country-ish bar. And obviously everyone there was like my age, which was like 24 at the time. She ended up making out with a 23-year-old and
for her.
laying on the bar where I did a body shot off her belly. So
Those are healthy boundaries.
yeah, healthy boundaries existed between my mother. There's a reason we don't talk anymore. So boundaries are good. I'm just joking. Good boundaries. We'll hire someone else to draw balloon penis.
That's
okay?
right. We'll go to that fever. The fever website.
Fiverr?
Fiverr.
The Fiverr website.
I'm gonna search that website. Watch it be a porn site.
Fiverr. It's Fiverr.
No, I'm gonna check out Fever. Fuck that.
Fever is a Feverr then, right?
Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's with an E. It's with an E. Yeah, FE.
Yeah, it's just one R, but I was adding another R to be like Fiverr.
It's a Fiverr. Like Five Guys.
Five Guys Burgers and Fries sounds like a porno.
It probably is.
It probably is. Like I would watch Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Like that sounds
Are
good.
they eating the food? Do you get to eat the food? I would be sad that I didn't get to eat the food.
Out of each other's ass, maybe.
Oh no, I don't want to eat that. It's tainted. We don't
Literally.
You don't eat. Remember, ass is to nothing. What was the saying? I forget.
You don't.
You
eat
never go ass to
ass
mouth.
Yeah, but
No,
there was,
you
like,
never go
ass
ass
is
to-
last.
Yeah,
Ass
you
is
don't go
last.
back.
Yeah, ass is
forth.
last.
Yeah,
That's
ass
right.
last.
So like eating it would not be last. That'd be like
Face first.
I never understood the saying you never go ass to mouth. Like it's supposed to be about like kissing, right? But it's like that person just had like their whole face in your ass. I think the least you can do is give them a kiss after.
No, I don't. Is that about? I thought it was about penis. Like if it's been in your bum, you don't put it in your mouth.
But
It can
even
work for
then,
both.
like I guess you give it a quick wash. But
Right.
why if it's in your ass, why is it going in your mouth?
I don't know. They always. It's gross. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've
Ass to mouth.
seen it. Mind palace it.
You never go ass to mouth. Okay. The Clerks 2 clip is coming up, of course. What's it mean? Let's see what the definition comes. Ass to mouth, commonly abbreviated as A2M or ATM, is a slang term primarily used to describe the withdrawal of the penis from the receptive partner's anus, followed by the immediate insertion into the receptive partner's mouth. Okay, good to know. So
I know stuff.
So I guess you should never do that.
Yeah, and don't put it in your eye. You'll get pink eye.
I think that's the least of your worries, to be honest, in this situation. Like pink eye, like
wear goggles.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you should. Like if you're doing any ass play with your face right in there, like wear some goggles.
Goggles.
Take a probiotic right before as well. Like you play safe. Ass play is fun play, but make sure to play safe.
Goggles, gloves, whatever you can find, a whole suit, whatever you got to do.
Okay, so we established that she never got cured from her lycanthropy, right?
Right.
Did
But
we? I thought they gave her something.
Wait. After he got cured from his lycanthropy, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't that when she sighs, like as soon as like somehow she's connected to him? I don't know why, because
he had to eat the heart.
Right,
of
and
the
he does.
werewolf. Yeah, and he does. So he gets
and
cured.
Then she's in the ambulance, and that's when she sighs, and that's when she's like, "I love you," and he's all like creepy, like the ambulance dude. But it happens right after, like.
But no, she got stabbed with a
she was
syringe
born
before.
a werewolf.
I know.
Right, yeah, hers isn't a disease. That's her whole body.
I don't know.
Which is why he needed like a cure for it, because or else
then
he
why
would
is
just
she
have her
sighing and,
eat
like-
the heart or something.
That's just a plot line.
Yeah.
Like
They
'cause,
just
like,
had to establish that she's in love now to like constitute the wedding.
But she was about to
scene.
die. Like, and then all of a sudden she's not. Like, well, she's in the ambulance, and she's like, all like.
Well, she didn't die because she was still a werewolf.
I know, but
And
she was
And
like
it heals
"Mm."
fast.
But
Went,
then she
"Ooh."
like goes and like she's all like mellowed right after.
Other plot hole. How do you kill these things? Some get shot. Not with silver bullets. They're regular cop guns.
So maybe it's easy to kill them.
No, because Claude gets hit with a whole ass train. He doesn't die. He's just up. He's fine.
Maybe he's just stronger than the rest.
Again, I don't know. Why is he
I don't
stronger than... We need origin story
Answers.
of Claude. So
See,
like,
he
I
needs
would
his own
watch
movie.
that. Yeah, he
Claude,
does. He...
Claude Werewolf in Paris. But he got murdered.
Drink werewolf.
Oh.
I love your baguette. It's so hilarious.
This is my drink. My drinkette.
My husband is French Canadian, so I make fun of him for being French all the time.
So it's okay.
Oh.
Ha, ha, ha. That's what Kyle does. He's like, it's fine. You're French. Ha, 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 ha.
Le baguette.
Yeah. It's like, it's fine. You
Omelette
frog. Yeah.
du fromage.
Cheese. That one's cheese.
Yeah, it's from Dexter's Laboratory.
There's
There's an episode where he speaks French and all the women have a crush on him.
Oh,
And
okay.
so but all he's saying is cheese omelet. He's just going, omelette de fromage. And they're like, say it again, Dexter. Say it again. He's like, omelette de fromage. So that's my best Dexter when he's saying it. I don't know. And apparently that's wrong, by the way. My French husband goes, it's actually all like AU, not de. So
Now you know.
but it doesn't sound that good. Like omelette, fromage doesn't sound as good as de. So I'm just gonna stick with de, to be honest.
Right?
I'm
Dexter knew
English. I'm
about it.
colonizing the French
French,
language. That's what we
yeah.
do. It's a white on white crime,
It's
Yeah.
it's
so it's fine.
fine.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So
Donna,
anything
you're
else?
French too. Aren't
Yeah, I
you?
am French. I am.
There you go. See?
Well, I mean, like, I have family that's from, like, Quebec and New Brunswick and Sudbury and Timmins, and they all have, like, little French little communities.
And like
in
your
there.
nanny spoke French to you like every day.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
Yes, she
my
did.
god, that's
She
awesome.
did it drunk. Like,
That's the best way to do it, though, because like the French language is so beautiful drunk. That's why they're always drunk.
it was not beautiful coming out of her with her cigarette out of her, like, mouth. And she's, like, in between every other word, cocksucker. And, like,
And like the phlegm. Like,
yeah.
Fantastic.
Tabernac.
Tabernac.
Yeah. It was not sexy. Let me just say that. Like, it was not sexy French. It was not.
Okay, when my dad met my in-laws, I'm slandering my dad this episode. I know this movie because of my dad, so it's just all daddy issues. He told my Quebecois father-in-law, like my father-in-law, genuine question was like, "Oh, do you know any French?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, one, tabernacle."
To be fair, that's like the most easiest remembered French word.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you don't say that. You just go, "No, I did not. I stayed in Ontario most of my life, so I didn't pick it up." You know, just like like, yeah. So I tried to learn French. I try a little bit.
I'm still trying.
I get scared to speak it. It's like if you give
Yeah,
me
I can't
something
speak
written
it.
or something, I can understand the gist of it. If people are talking, I can understand the gist. But if I have to speak it, I freeze.
No,
I
I
freeze.
can't speak it. I can't speak. I can understand most phrases, but I can't speak it. But like I used to speak French.
Yeah.
I used to go to French immersion school. I used to read in French. And then in the second grade, I moved to Hamilton and they put me on phonics because I couldn't read English.
You're not supposed to be able to read English in grade 2 in French, though. Like in French immersion, they don't even start English until like grade 2.
Well,
You're just learning. Like you, that's so shitty.
I still had to learn how to read.
Yeah, but they do it. What they do, so in French immersion, because like Ernest was in French immersion until grade 3, and it's like 100% French in grade 1, and then they add a core English class in grade 2, and then they add a bit more English as you go up grades because it's easier to learn English when you're from an English household than it is to learn French. So they start with all French, and then they slowly add English as you get older. So they found by about grade 5. The French immersion students were now on par with the English students and actually surpassed in French and other classes. So like that's,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they just did it differently, like in Sudbury. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, in Hamilton, that is how they do it. I mean, but, like it's all, and plus when you were, it was like when you were in it was probably different. But that's what they do now. So like it's like if only you were in French immersion now. Then I would have French friends to take me to Paris because I'm scared.
I don't want to go to Paris. They're so racist. Like,
they're so racist in America.
They are everywhere. We're fine. We're white people. We'll be fine.
Yeah, if that's gonna stop you, then
I shouldn't leave the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so we were like making jokes because like I come from like a quirky little town. We have a settlers day. The day we settled, like we took the land from like the indigenous people. We celebrate that once a year, Settlers Day. Are you kidding me? Like, no, thank you.
You little colonizer, you.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely horrific. I can't believe. And then like people are like, oh, like the indigenous people didn't live here. Then why are there reserves 30 minutes away? You know, like,
we gave them that land.
Yeah, they weren't here.
They weren't here. We just put them there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, they probably weren't in that spot. They probably did get moved there from wherever they were taken
from
over.
where they actually were, which is where the white people are now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's half.
They're like, this is a Danish colony. You don't think the Danish ever took over anything? Like,
no. God gave them that land, you know?
Yeah, fucking little Vikings, whatever.
The scum of society needs to be eradicated by werewolves.
Werewolves.
Drink.
Yeah. I'd do it. Whatever. Turn me to a werewolf. I'll have sexy nipples.
Well, I am sorry you guys didn't enjoy my 90s horror and
there were some parts
comedy.
I did. I told you.
Just the blonde girl, the blonde American was like the best part.
Oh my god, yeah.
Julie Bowen, yeah.
I didn't understand the reason for their pupils going.
Oh, like, it's because that's an animalistic trait. When you like someone, your pupils dilate.
I know, but why did her pupils dilate?
Because that's what happens to us too.
Like, I thought
they were just showing that they're being animalistic.
Oh.
Oh, okay. It was
yeah.
they spent a lot of time on it. I thought like, oh, maybe she's a werewolf too.
That's what I
No,
thought too. I thought like he sniffed out another werewolf and then
She
he
like
was gonna
he smelled
breed
her
her.
ass, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're both werewolves. I
No,
thought
he
thought
that
they
just
were gonna be
smelled
like
the
mates.
American. That was all it was. Basically, this movie was just a diss on Americans. Like that's, I mean, American Werewolf in London. That's kind of like it too. They all like just spit on Americans. Like it's
and
great.
there's like American actors and everything in it. They're just
I know. It's so good. I mean, Tom Everett Scott, the actor that played Andy McDermott, he was big in the 90s, but he was very like he always played like goofy roles.
yeah, the
like,
dork. Yeah.
Yeah, like he played like in a lot of like 90s comedies and stuff. I don't even know what he's done now, but yeah,
Let's
I
see
feel
where
like
he's been these days.
I feel like he was perfect for this role actually.
Pervy nice guy.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, the actress that played the main werewolf, the main female werewolf, she was it Julie Delby. She only did this to pay her rent. So she
Yeah,
was desperate.
Sometimes you need rent paid.
Sometimes you need rent pay, so you end up in Paris. So good for her. Good for her. Okay. Is there any less? I rate this movie a 10. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's the greatest movie of all time.
Greatest movie ever. Next week we are doing Sonia's pick.
Yes.
Was it Killer
Clowns
Clowns?
from Outer Space.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one too. So we have a great movie lineup. We are pros at picking.
We
movies.
are. We're professional.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening, and check out our social medias. If you want to see our costumes, the Saturday after this episode airs will be on YouTube. So just search Opinionated Lushes and check that out. Because we worked really hard.
We did. I taped my face, guys. I taped my face. you got to see. And then the pineapple, the ananas.
Ananas. I literally have a French place in my city that like offers like tutoring and camps and shit, and it's all French. They loved it so much that they asked if they could have it when I'm done with it. So I am donating it.
Good job,
Ananas.
beautiful. Yay. All right, good night, everybody. Happy
Good
Halloween.
night.
Good night.
Spooky season.